welcome back to another episode of NFT Artist Spotlight, hosted by AstroZero. Please like this video and subscribe to our channel. Thanks.
This is our first artist from the continent of Africa, about to share their humanitarian project with us. It's the team from Africanos. So welcome, guys. Appreciate you coming to our spaces. Could you let us know a little bit about your background and what got you guys into NFTs?
Hello everyone, and thank you for giving me the chance to speak. Thank you host, thank you co-host Dave, thank you Rich, thank you everyone. And to begin with, I'll introduce myself. I'm Salah Yassin. I'm from Khartoum, Sudan. I'm born and raised. I'm not sure if any of you know much or have heard of Sudan, but it's in northeastern Africa. It's a tough place to grow up in. I actually grew up seeing things that no one should ever have to see, let alone endure it. And I came into the space after my friends told me about it and showed me the change it has been doing in so many people's lives, which was 9 months ago, and which got me here, and after a while got me to create and bring about Africanos NFT project. And let me tell you guys the story behind Africanos. The story behind Africanos is to support the less fortunate African communities with at least one of their troubles, which is the access to clean water, a basic human necessity that everyone needs to survive with, which I can't begin to explain to you how crazy it is that some people in Africa don't have an access to a drop of clean water. And that's really it's heartbreaking. And what makes Africanos special that it represents the African community, which is underrepresented in the NFT space. So we're trying to get Africa into the NFT space and stand up either way, and we will make it hopefully. And well, our plans for the future include both to help and for our collectors. We are providing a cause, utility, and artwork. We're in talks with huge Afrobeat artists for concerts in the metaverse, and only Africano holders will be able to have access to enter. As we have already spoken to, and we've been on few calls with Mr. Anthony Marinos. He's the head of business development of Charity Water Organization, to coordinate our efforts, and hopefully after our 45% of sales, we will announce our official partnership with Charity Water, as we're going to fund them with 15% and constant 2% of the after sale. As well as we have spoken to organizations in Africa that are working on the issue, and we're hoping to supply them with the funds and equipment needed to help even more. We plan on starting off with a light donation to them, but then to eradicate this issue, we are planning on building a whole facility for water treatment. So we never have to see anyone in Africa go days without the taste of a clean droplet of water. And we're going to provide each Africano holder with pictures throughout of where each dollar goes, plus live streaming and the GPS tracking to where we're going to be working with Charity Water. And we're working on our Africanos VR game concept. We're doing our research on developing our very own VR game concept for our Africano holders only. And the concert, the Africanos Afrobeat concert, and we're already finalizing details with Culture Shop, as we're working with them to make that dream come true for everyone with unique Africanos slash Culture Shop to the hottest traditional brandings. Our very own branding line, as they always say, always inspire others with your dreams and your hope, your vision and your mission, your attitude and your aptitude. And hang in three. Don't give up. Keep pushing because we're all going to make it.
That's
Thank
awesome.
you, Dave.
Yeah, no problem. So, well, you guys are the first group that we've interviewed from Africa, and how big of an issue is it as far as clean water goes, even in like major cities? Is it a problem in major cities, or is it just in like smaller villages?
It is a problem in major cities, but it's more of a problem in like villages 2 hours away from Khartoum. And there are some villages near Khartoum. It's like 30 minutes away from Khartoum, the central. And it is a big issue. Like people are traveling up to 2 hours by feet to get a drop. Like they get a bottle from a pond where donkeys drunk, where like donkeys and animals and all that drink from it, and they come to feed their children, like old women, children, babies, like pregnant women. Like families are drinking from like not like the water is not even clean. It's pond waters, and that's like it's really heartbreaking.
That's really sad. Do you guys have any family or friends that are struggling with the same problem?
I do know friends that are struggling with that problem, but I do not have family struggling with that problem. No.
Right.
I
So, going into the project, have you guys talked with any other African NFT projects or projects across the world that you're gonna possibly collaborate with and try to spread the word and get a little bit more awareness towards your cause?
We did try to talk to an African project, but we did not get a good quite outcome out of it. And like it was like the collaboration was not that good. I don't think they were fully African because they were literally like disregarding our work, and they didn't know what we're trying to do, so it didn't work out. It was the only African project, and they're not even fully African, so it did not work out.
Is art something that you guys have been doing for a majority of your life, or is it something new that you're just kind of getting into to raise some money for what you're doing?
No, it is something that we have been doing, and Ibrahim, our co-founder, is a good artist. He has been drawing for like almost 7 years. I got him into the NFT space, and I got him to know about the digital art and the one-on-ones and all that, and he's doing great actually.
Ibrahim, do you want?
Yeah, me and my brother. Hello, my name's Ibrahim. Ibrahim Jamal. I'm from Sudan, born and raised. Me and my brother, Hassan, we're both with Salah. We work on this NFT project, and we've been into art for the past, like 12 years, maybe. We've been into art, digital art, drawing, all types of art. And but right now, yeah, as Salah said, he got me into this NFT space a while ago, and I've been loving it ever since. Everyone's so supportive. It's been great, and I found that it's a great platform for us to raise awareness and raise money for charities to get clean water. Because even in major cities here in Sudan, people like, say you guys in America or in Europe, you drink tap water, right? Here, people drink like the more unfortunate people, even in big cities like Khartoum, they drink tap water, but the tap water, it's so, yeah, like it's literally out of the Nile. We have a filtering station here, but it doesn't work properly, and the government doesn't fund it. And literally, you open the tap water, people drink from it, and it's something that like makes you almost cry that people are living on that. Like it's really sad to see, and people get cholera, people get all types of diseases and stuff. So we want to raise awareness to build filtering stations with the help of the organizations, and hopefully, God willingly, when we make it, we can use our proceeds to do what we want and make a change in this country and actually provide clean drinking water, because as we all know, clean water is the essence of life.
So, how big is the team that you have working on this project?
The team that are it's me, Ibrahim, the artist, the developer, and Yahya, the community manager. He's Sudani as well. We're like 6 people.
All right. So part of your NFT sales are going to go to charity. Have you selected any specific charities that you're going to be donating money to for this cause for clean drinking water?
Yes, we did. It's charity water, and the constant 2% of the after sales is going to what the water organizations. I've been talking to them for the past 3 weeks, and hopefully after we make it, we are going to donate every month to a different selected organization by our community.
What's the total size of your NFT collection that you're going to be selling?
We actually did a 10. Our collection is a 10K collection, but regarding the gas fees, it was the gas price was higher than the avatar's price. You know, the avatar was it was listed for 0.03, and the gas fees was twice the avatar's price. That's why our sales were not that like promising.
Yeah, Samson, you have a question?
Yeah, I just had a couple things to add and ask. So one thing is, have you done any, like, what research have you done into these charities? What have they accomplished? You know, kind of touch on that. And then have you reached out to any, like, sources as far as, like, the actual sources of technology that could solve this problem in terms of, filtration companies or whatever, the actual source? And then thirdly, I just came up with this as far as what you just said in terms of gas. Have you looked at other options as far as marketplaces where gas is, cheaper or zero or anything like that?
Yes, we did do our research about charity water, and it is a really big water organization that already has work in Africa, and it does have work in most of the African countries. And about the country that does the filtration, yes, I was in Dubai 2 weeks ago, and I went to a company called Jubaili Bros, and I started talking to them. They do the filtration, and they installed the filtration system, and they are willing to fund us too. And I'm sorry.
His last question was about the blockchain decision. If you explored into looking into other blockchains where gas isn't really an issue.
We did explore into looking into Polygon, and by the help of Zainab, she's one of the listeners now. She's a Sudanese artist, a very known multi-talented artist. She gave us some new ideas to help even more with the gas, and we're working on that. We did look up into Polygon, but everyone was telling me if we did migrate to if we did migrate our like the 10K collection to Polygon, it might, like, we're just burning out the collection, you know. So we are just going to market our collection until we reach our goal, and hopefully we are going to make it by the help of you guys and by the help of everyone in the NFT space.
So eventually down the line, you're going to incorporate your project into the metaverse, correct?
Correct. Yeah, correct.
Now, what kind of plans do you have for the metaverse? You said that you're going to do like Afrobeat concerts with artists. Have you spoken to any artists? Well, I know that you said Zenny
Yes.
Bottom. Are there any other artists that you've also spoken to that seem to be interested in this?
I have been speaking to Burna Boy's manager and Mr. Easy's manager, and they are interested into the metaverse and all that, but it's all about ourselves, honestly. And we do have Zainab. She's a known talented artist, as I have said, and we're looking forward to bring her up into the metaverse too, because she has an amazing, like, songs, and you guys should check her out. She's literally one of the most talented Sudanese artists.
So, my question is like even locally out here in like the United States, NFT music has been something that it doesn't seem like it's really completely taken off as fast as like the art and photography and generative art. Um, is it something that artists and is it something that musicians are even talking about on the African continent? Or is because like we have like large scale hip hop artists out here and you know rock musicians that you know have the slightest clue about NFTs. So I was wondering if that's something that African musicians are looking into as well, because I haven't really seen any. Now that Zanib's here, I've found one, but is it something that's really popular over there?
It is popular, but like, it's not very popular. Akon just did his project. It's not a project, it's like a coin. It's called a coin, and he does know about the NFT space. And there's that art. Mr. Easy does too, and Burna Boy. But in Sudan, not much of artists know much about the NFT. But why not? We will bring that idea to them, and we'll get them into the space, hopefully.
So what's the idea behind how you would do the concert? Is have you thought into the concept? Are you going to be selling um, like an NFT ticket to get somebody in there, or is the concert going to be free for holders of your NFTs? How is this going to work?
The concert is going to be free for each Africano holder, and we're not selling any tickets for them. They're going to be watching the concert live with Mr. Easy, either Burna Boy, and let's see how it goes. And we're developing our very own VR game concept. We're doing our research about that, and we do have big plans. We do have big plans.
Are you going to go with a private gaming company to do the VR game, or do people on your team have the capabilities to make the game themselves?
We are going to go for private companies, either develop a private developer, and I'm trying to talk to a company right now, like for the past 2 days. I'm trying to contact them, and I hope it does good. It goes well.
All right, so let's go through the roadmap a little bit. At 25% of your sales, you're going to be dropping 5 Africanos to early holders. How are you going to go about selecting who gets it? Is there going to be some sort of random drawing, or is it going to be a
Correct.
contest you guys are going to have? How are you going to do it?
It's going to be a random. It's going to be a random generated Like it's an automated selection, and the five is for these 5 lucky winners.
Okay, can you talk about the rarity of your NFTs? Is it do you have the rarity broken down to commons and super rares, or how does that work? And how many are available of the most rare? If you have them broken down by rarity.
By rarity, we do have rare ones, and from the 10K collection, they're like each one is rare from the other, like from the outfit, the background, each one has a different background than the other, the hairstyle, and the weapon they're holding, and the traits, like the mouth traits. Some of them are holding a weapon, some of them are smoking a cigarette, some of them are smoking a joint. Some of them are wearing a Sudanese traditional outfit. Some of them are wearing Nigerian traditional outfit. And yes, we do have rare ones.
All right. At 50%, you're gonna start releasing merchandise. I know you spoke about it a little bit earlier, but what type of merchandise is going to be available for people?
The merchandise that is going to be available for people is hoodies with the barcode scan that has Africanos X Culture Shop, that you can scan into the code and know that you're the holder of Africano 05, for example. And caps and t-shirts. That's it.
Okay. So the metaverse that you guys are going to be incorporating into the project, is this going to be something that's going to be based off a pre-existing metaverse like a Decentraland or
Decentraland, yeah,
Decentraland? Okay. What
correct.
made you pick them over something like Sandbox?
Um, because literally, like, I think I don't have a fully convincing answer to that, but I haven't done my research about all the metaverses, but I think Decentraland is the one I'm used to, and everyone is literally like kind of used to.
Okay. Are you guys going to be just purchasing a piece of land within the metaverse, or is it going to be like plots of land that you guys are going to be selling as well?
No, we're not going to be selling a land. We are going to be purchasing our very own land and then doing our merchandise, our signed merch shop there, and for the concert too, hopefully.
All right, so it's 75% of your total sales. That's when you're going to be doing your first donations to the charity water projects.
That is correct.
Okay, and then at 100%, that's when the money is going to be allocated out to treatment facilities, like you were saying, the filtration companies. Is that how do I understand that correct?
Yes, and that we're going to, as I mentioned earlier, we're going to start off with our VR game concept, and we do have plans that we did not announce yet, but we will be announcing about shortly. That is going to make a buzz, hopefully.
Yes, Samson, go ahead.
I just wanted to kind of circle back to the end game of this project in terms of the clean water. So you said that you were working with a company that was willing to offer you, if I understood it correctly, funding and the filtration systems. And I just wanted you to kind of elaborate on that. Like, where are you at in negotiations with that? What does that look like? That's to me, that's the ultimate goal of this project, right?
Where they are going to fund us, but they're not going to fund us with all the treatment plant facilities. We're going to buy from them some filtration systems. If we bought like 20 filtration systems, the one filtration system like helps a village with 10,000 people. If we bought like 20, they're giving us an offer. If we like take 20, we get 5 for free as a fund from them to Africanos, to the African communities that are suffering to get clean water.
And is this something that you've already negotiated and that's what you're doing, or are you guys still in talks, or where are you at in the process?
Yes, I'm negotiating that with them, and I'm going to Dubai tomorrow, and hopefully I'll share our agreement with them by next week.
So has NFTs opened up um, a new job market on the African continent?
Um, Not really in Sudan, but like people in Sudan do not know much about NFTs. Like it may be of 7% out of all the population in Sudan that know much about NFTs, but we'll hopefully get them into that, and we'll make sure to raise awareness about the NFTs and the space, because it's a space full of sympathy, love, generosity, and it's literally the best like space I have been into. I have been to like I have gotten into, and I have met new people, really generous people, people who are trying to help out and look for each other. And like if my country people, like all the Sudanese people, get into the NFT space, they would definitely love it, because it's a surrounding full of positivity, full of generosity, full of help, and that's what we want. We want to give love and get love, give work and get work, and hopefully we are going to make it together as one hand.
So I don't know if you guys are familiar with him, but there's a mixed martial arts fighter named Justin Wren, Wren, and he I don't know if he still is fighting, but he does a lot of humanitarian efforts, and they call him the Big Pygmy, and he goes to Africa on the regular with his wife, and he has a team, and they go and they drill wells, and they try to get clean drinking water for people. So um, I will forward his Twitter to you, and maybe I don't know. You could try to get in contact with him. His messages are open, so he does accept messages. So maybe you could get in contact with him. I'm in contact with quite a few mixed martial arts fighters, so maybe you could help him out. I'll shoot you over his Twitter account, and after we finish up the AMA here.
That would be more than amazing. I do appreciate that a lot. It would be more than amazing.
So, what was the biggest difficulty that you guys have encountered with this project?
The biggest difficulty that we have encountered with this project, like not much know about Africa, and like it's underrepresented in the NFT space. So like we're raising awareness about Africa itself. If we were like a known country, we would not face that difficulty, like for sure. But we are facing a difficulty to raise awareness about Africa and where is Africa and how we are living in Africa. And hopefully we are giving enough efforts to help do that, because at the end of the day it's our country and it's our motherland, and we will make it.
If anybody has any questions for the guys here, feel free to raise your hand and come up to the box. Zainab, do you want to come up here and introduce yourself?
That would be amazing.
I'll shoot you an invite to speak. How are you, Zainab?
Hey y'all, what's going on? Shout out to Africanos NFT. I love y'all. I love what you're doing. Definitely one of my favorite projects. Period. Honestly, just from the mission to the intention to the love behind it. Obviously, I can relate. It's for the motherland. I'm also Sudanese, so I just resonate with it so heavily. And after talking to Salah, like I really see the passion behind this project. So you guys definitely like tap in. It's so creative. The roadmap is insane. They had their roadmap done and so well thought out before people even knew what the roadmap was, really. So they're really ahead of the game. Of course, I'm just in so much support. And I just love hearing the different conversations and all of the different ways people are getting introduced to the project and inputting in terms of, research of the different companies you're working with and just seeing the benefits and seeing like the growth and even you all taking the time to understand Sudan. I think that's really important too, just knowing where we're coming from and seeing what's happening. Yeah, no, I'm just here enjoying the conversation. So thanks for inviting me up.
Thank you for talking with everybody. I think it's really hard for a lot of people to I think comprehend what people on the African continent are going through from, especially like from North America. Like I'm a white guy from New York City. I don't really understand like the struggles that people go through on other continents. Like I don't see that day to day. I mean, we do have homeless people on the streets here, but just hearing that people don't have clean running water is like I couldn't imagine it. I mean, I complain about not having air conditioning in the summer, like and like it's the little things like that we take for granted that we don't really understand that people elsewhere in the world are struggling with things that we have as everyday. I don't even think about water. Like it's the last thing I that comes to my head, and people that's the first thing that probably comes to a lot of people's heads where you guys are. So it's really like it kind of breaks it down into perspective for me. Like we got to get awareness out there for stuff like this.
I definitely agree. I think it's definitely different when you go out and experience it. Obviously, so I live in the U.S., so just like sometimes I don't realize the privilege of having just waking up and turning on the faucet and just having warm water and having running water and having access to everything. And I go to Sudan pretty often, so I've definitely seen the conditions of living out there, and even how people still move with such humility and such gratitude when it's like, sometimes water is a struggle, a daily struggle, or even electricity, or even just to get gas or bread. And, Sudan's been going through a lot. And I think a lot of people don't take time to even realize what's going on because everyone just kind of, for some really reason, it became this normalized issue of like, oh, Africa is just a impoverished continent. You know what I mean? It's kind of just the expectation, like, oh, I'm going to Africa to do charity. I'm going to Africa to help this and that, and it's kind of just like this universal understanding of it is a third world continent, um, with a lot of first world like minds and a lot of first world, opportunities, but it's just getting access to those things and people are pretty desensitized from things just like clean water, you know what I mean? Because we're so used to it. And so that's why I really resonate with this project. Water is life. I've seen what people have to go through just to get some clean water for the house for a day. You know what I mean? You have to go back and do it the next day. So I just think that this does bring a lot of awareness in a really big humanitarian level of what places in Africa are going through, places around the world. There's like a small population that's really the first world, and a lot of the rest of the world lives in third world conditions. So I think this just allows some more empathy and some more knowledge to circulate about what kind of issues we're facing in East Africa, in the rest of the African continent, but also around the world, and how beautiful and empowering this is. Because this isn't like, oh, help us, we need water. This is like, we're warriors. You know what I mean? Like from where we come from, it's just putting in such a empowered light, and it's so strong and it's so elevating. Like the message is really empowering. I feel like it's really allows people to resonate it with it more so than like, oh, we're helping the starving kids that you see like on TV. But it's like, no, these are how resilient the people are, even with having to go through things such as access to the simplest thing like water. So I think I just love how empowered this, Africanos NFT is, and how it sheds light on an issue that is very like, it's extremely tragic if you think about it, really truly tap in. But there's a lot of power within it because it's like we're still pushing, we're still fighting, we're still warriors. Like nothing really could even stop us. And look at how it connects the world. So I just love it. I just love it, y'all, for real. So it's just an amazing project. There's a lot to learn from it.
So going back to the game that you were talking about, what is the concept that you have drawn out for the game, and how is it going to work?
The concept that we're doing our research about is that each Africano holders like gets a temple. Like it's more of a temple run, and these warriors run to, like, they go around the temple. We're just getting ideas now. Like we're brainstorming ideas, me and the developer, and they're going to search water and find water and spread it to the world, and make that land green. We're trying to we're trying to get ideas. If you got some ideas, you can send them through. It will be helpful. I'd appreciate that.
We'll try our best. We'll try to like spitball with you guys a little bit and figure out, maybe I don't really know. I'm not too good with game development, but I don't know when I think of like Africa, I think of like hunting. So maybe something incorporated with hunting, or I don't know. I couldn't tell you, or you could maybe some type of game that's involved with water. I don't really know. I'm not too good with this stuff. What do you think, Aiden?
I was thinking this.
I'm still shit in the bed that OpenSea is shit in the bed. I'm sorry, I've been distracted.
I agree with you. I agree with you, Dave. Like a hunting aspect or like a survival type thing. Like I don't know, like some sort of hunting expedition or just like a wildlife survival. Like, you got to be out there amongst in the safari, or there's like other tribes that you can go to war with or something like along those lines. Like either survival hunting or like a fighting type game.
So, anybody have any questions for the guys from Africanos? If you do, just raise your hand, come on up, or if you want to come say hi to them, feel free. Come on up to the box.
Yeah. So I was just wondering, like, what's your have you figured out your distribution for like the profits? I know you said the redistribution and that you're donating to charity. I always like to know, like, and sometimes people don't have this out there because it's kind of speculative, but like a breakdown of what percentage is going to what charities, for what reason.
We did do that, and 1 second, let me get to my laptop. And I'm sorry. Like, do you want a breakdown of the percentages going to charities, or?
Yeah. And what charities, and I know you mentioned
Charity water.
Charity Water Project. I checked them out. They're pretty cool. Is that going to be the main one?
Yes, Charity Water is going to be the main organization that we're going to be working with, and we're I'm trying to like get the local African, like the Sudanese water organizations to like get into that NFT space and like so I can like fund them, but I'm facing a difficulty to like get them to know what an NFT is and all that, you know. But for now, Charity Water is our main like organization that we're going to fund to.
Have you guys reached out to any type of government officials for some assistance with this as well?
No, we did not.
Not really sure how it would work. I wouldn't even know how that would work over here. But I thought maybe that would be something that you could possibly reach out to. I think that the entire African continent is the biggest opportunity in the world for cryptocurrency. I don't know how you guys feel about it.
Yes, it is, but like, it's we have to raise like awareness big time about that because not all Africans know much about that. But they soon will, like in the upcoming 2 to 3 years, or yeah, 2 to 3 years, they'll hopefully like get to know what an NFT is, what a Bitcoin is, all these currencies. Hopefully.
I mean, it's already starting in smaller nations like El Salvador. With Bitcoin, they're making it a legit currency within their country. I think it's just a matter of time before it starts happening through Africa too. I know Cardano, they're trying to start a full ecosystem on the African continent, starting with like Ethiopia. And I just think it's such a huge opportunity, and it's going to put people kind of like on an even playing field across the world with money that they could have. Rather than having a currency exchange from, like, let's say Chad to the British pound, where you're probably going to get beat up. You would have something that would be equivalent with like Cardano and Cardano, or a transfer of wealth that's easy with like XLM. So you could have XLM to XLM, as opposed to having whatever the denomination of whatever country you live in versus a stronger currency. So I think it's going to put everybody kind of on an equal playing field, and I think it's going to progress with a lot of things on the African continent. It's going to further education. It's going to get people away from jobs that they don't necessarily feel obligated to do. It's going to allow children to actually finish school and not have to be working in environments where it's unsafe. And I just think crypto in general is going to be a huge change, especially on the continent of Africa, and I'm really excited about it. And that's why I do spend a lot of time in African Twitter spaces, because I like to hear what's going on in the heads of people over there, and I just want to try to help as many people as possible. So really super excited that you guys came here and talked to us today.
It is my great honor. It is my great honor, Dave. And yeah, I do have that on mind, but not for now, because like the situation in Sudan nowadays, for it, like it's not really helping to do something like that. But in the near 5 years, I'll hopefully run into the government by that idea and start up something like that to help our next generations in Sudan, our young kids, our brothers, our sisters, everyone in Sudan, hopefully.
So if anybody has any questions for the guys, you could come up. If not, I'm pretty much out of questions at the moment. If you want to just come up and say hi, feel free. Otherwise, I guess we'll wrap it up. I know it's getting late over there, guys. You're approaching 3 o'clock in the morning now. All right, so we'll cut it short here, because like I said, I don't want to keep you guys up all night. I do appreciate you taking time to talk to us in the middle of the night. That was really awesome of you guys. The website is africanos.io. You could mint straight off the website there. These guys are doing some great stuff, and they're trying to get clean water to people that really need it. Something that we take for granted, and something that people over there really need. So hopefully things start kicking off, you guys get some traction, we get some Afrobeat concerts. I'm not really sure what Afrobeat really even is, but I'm going to have to go on YouTube now, and I'm going to have to look up some music and try to get a little idea of what it sounds like. Yeah, thanks a lot for coming out, guys. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Dave, for contacting me and getting me into that amazing space. And it is my great honor to be in a space, such an inspiring space. And I do appreciate it and thank each. I'd like to thank each and every listener right now taking from their time to listen to us. And you're going to love the Afrobeat music big time. And if you could give me the chance to let Zainab sing a song for us or play us one of her known songs, it will be my great pleasure.
If you want, Zainab, feel free.
Oh wow, okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. I actually am so unprepared. I don't even have I'm not near my computer, anything. But you guys can check me out. I have links in my bio. And I have some Afrobeat songs. I'll be minting some more as NFTs. So yeah, just tap in with me. I have a link in my bio. Appreciate you as always, Salah. You are awesome. Hopefully you'll find me at one of their festivals and you can catch me live at Africanos NFT Festival.
That's awesome. Yeah, sorry for putting you on the spot. That wasn't my intention. You could blame it on Salah. All right, guys. Well, I hope everybody here has a great weekend. We do these spaces every Monday through Friday. We are doing one tomorrow. I normally don't do them on the weekend, but we have a 13-year-old kid from England that really can't come on too late because of school. So we decided that we're going to have him and his NFT project here tomorrow. It's called Minting Miracles. Really cool project. We got a little kid. He's going to come talk to the community too. So if you guys are available tomorrow, it's going to be at 2 p.m. Eastern time. So that is 6 hours earlier than it is right now. So if you guys want to stop by, feel free. Once again, Africanos.io. Please check them out, guys. It's a really great cause. And thanks again, everybody. Thanks for coming out.
Thanks for having us.